Hey folks, let's take a look at a very neat coming out effect here. You can call this coming out or border breakthrough, or it's got lots of different names, but whatever the name is, it's a cool technique here. So first thing I'm going to do is take my original image here. This is my laptop. And what I want to do is I want to put a photo inside of it that makes it look like it's coming out. When I say it's my laptop, it's not my laptop. It's my laptop photo that I want to use here. And I want to put another photo inside the screen and make it look like it's almost popping out of the borders, all right? So what we'd want to do first here is select the screen. So I'm going to take my polygonal lasso tool for you here, and for those of you that like to be grammatically correct, I guess you could call it the polygonal lasso tool, but I still like polygonal. And we're just going to select the screen here, just nice straight edges. And that looks up. Let's go up just a hair right there. And then we'll go across the top. So I'm going to make my selection first. Okay. And then I'm going to go take my photo. And what I want to do here is copy the photo. So I'm going to select all and then just choose edit copy. Okay. So select all. That's Command A, Control A on the Mac, and then Command C, Control C on the PC is copy. So we've copied it, and then I'm going to go to the edit menu. I'm going to use a very interesting paste command, one that you probably haven't used yet, and that's paste into. Alright, so I'm going to turn paste into on and watch what happens. It puts the photo into that selection and automatically masks out all the other area because it adds a layer mask by default. And then if I take my move tool, I can move this layer around, and you can see it moves around inside here. So what I really want to do is kind of move it to this point where part of the ski is kind of protruding out, but you don't see it. Okay? And then the only thing that we need to do here to finish this up is to click on our mask layer, and I'm going to zoom in. And what I want to do here is I want to bring the ski out, and I want to make it look like it's coming out of the laptop. So to do that, I would need to paint on here, and if you look here, the monitor is white, so that means if I want to paint this photo back in, I need to use the color white. I'll grab my paintbrush and I'll just start to paint. Okay, just like that. If I go too far in any area, don't worry about it. We'll fix it in just a second. So that looks like it is a little bit too far. So I'm going to zoom in here. I'm going to press X to switch my foreground color to black and just paint out the excess area that we really don't want. And that's the benefit of using a mask here, because we can be really detailed. Let's get that area right back in. And then if you really want to get crazy with it, we'll zoom in very, very close to the ski. And I'll just paint with black and get rid of some of this other area right as well, just to get rid of some of that blue sky. So it looks like just the skis come out. And we'll go back to 100% view, and there we have our skier kind of breaking out of the boundaries of the laptop screen. And the final finishing touch on this would be to double click on the layer, go up here to, let's say, drop shadow, and if you notice here, your first instinct is to just add the drop shadow to this image here, and that's what you can go ahead and do. Just add the default drop shadow, drop your opacity down to about 55, and then there's one little trick I want to show you here. It's a tutorial full of little tricks. If you go to the actual drop shadow and you right click on it, you're going to see an option here all the way at the bottom, and it's called Create Layer. Well, I'm going to do that, and what it did is it took the drop shadow off this layer and it turned it into a layer. So if I turn it on and off, see how it's on its own layer? Well, what that allows me to do now is just grab my eraser tool and just paint away all the drop shadow that I don't want to see, because I really don't want to see it on the screen. I do want to see it below the ski, but I don't want to see it where the photo lifts off of the screen, because it just doesn't make sense to see it there. And now if you look at it, let me go ahead and hit the tab key to hide my palettes, and you can see we have a nice little drop shadow behind it. If you want to finish it off, you can just drop the opacity down a little bit more. That looks pretty good. I'm going to go into full screen mode here and check out what we have. So we have a photo that is breaking out of the boundaries of the object that you put it in on. A couple keys to this are make your selection first, So that we did that with the polygonal lasso tool. And then the other key is under the edit menu, it's called paste into, and that'll really help you create these breaking out type of effects.